On January 7, 2026, a 37-year-old Minneapolis woman named Renee Nicole Good was shot and killed by a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) agent during a federal enforcement operation in the city, igniting national controversy and protests. Renee Nicole Good was a 37-year-old U.S. citizen originally from Colorado. She had recently relocated with her partner to the Minneapolis, St. Paul area and was the mother of 3 children, including a 6-year-old boy she had just dropped off at school the morning of the incident. Friends and family describe her as a compassionate, creative, and caring person. Her social media profiles portrayed her as a poet and writer and wife and mom, with interests in music, writing, and community life. Her mother, Donna Ganger, said Good was one of the kindest people I've ever known, emphasizing her nurturing nature and denial that she was involved in anti-ICE protests prior to the shooting. Colorado Public Radio, +1. Good had studied creative writing at Old Dominion University, where she was recognized with a poetry prize in 2020 and had previously hosted a podcast with her late husband, who died in 2023. Federal authorities say that on the morning of January 7th, ICE agents were conducting a large-scale immigration enforcement operation in South Minneapolis, part of what the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, described as its largest crackdown ever in the area. According to DHS officials, Good's vehicle, a Honda SUV, was stopped blocking the road, and agents approached on foot. They claimed she weaponized her vehicle and attempted to run over an ICE officer, prompting one agent to fire at her in what the department characterized as self-defense. Video footage widely shared online shows the SUV stopped in the street, officers approaching, and a moment later a federal agent firing multiple shots into the vehicle at close range. The vehicle then accelerated, crashed into parked cars, and Good was later pronounced dead at a hospital. The official narrative from DHS and Secretary Kristi Noem described the shooting as justified self-defense, claiming Good's actions posed a direct threat to officers. President Donald Trump echoed this perspective, saying the officer seems to have shot her in self-defense. However, local officials and witnesses strongly dispute this account. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey publicly rejected the federal description, calling it inaccurate and demanding that ICE leave the city. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz expressed concern about the federal enforcement tactics and raised the possibility of mobilizing the National Guard if necessary. Bystander videos and eyewitnesses suggested Good was attempting to drive away, not attack agents, at the moment shots were fired. Protests erupted near the site of the fatal shooting, with hundreds to thousands gathering in the residential neighborhood where Good's life ended, reflecting deep community anger and fear over aggressive immigration enforcement tactics. The killing of Renee Nicole Good has become a flashpoint in the broader national debate over federal immigration enforcement, police use of force, and how law enforcement interacts with civilians. Critics, including civil rights advocates and lawmakers, have called for a criminal investigation into the shooting, questioning the justification for deadly force and demanding accountability. Meanwhile, Good's family and supporters stress her identity as a loving parent, creative soul, and community member, not someone engaged in violent protest. Her death has left a profound impact on her children, family, and neighbors, sparking calls for change and renewed scrutiny of ICE's operations in American cities.